Well, you guys, my wife had a coolant issue. Light came on, she needed some coolant. And I opened up the reservoir and tank and saw that she didn't have any. So I had filled the reservoir tank up and it had spilled again. So I went ahead and removed the tank, which goes in here. And you've got there's a hose way down here at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see. Hose right there. Then there's a sensor here that plugs in. And then there's a hose that goes in through here. It goes to the reservoir. Anyhow, when I pulled out the reservoir, there's a crack right there, as you see. So we have one coming in. It's from Richmond. And I'll go down to Lordco, pick it up in a little bit, put it and put that back in, or the new one back in, and that should solve the problem. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so I went to pick up the new part. It is here, and it took about 2 hours to come in, and they give us the cap with it as well, so that's pretty cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and install this down here. I showed you guys the sensor and the plug down there, the connection, and the connection that goes over here. And yeah. So what I would do with this is plug in the sensor first on this thing on the bottom, and then hook up the hose. Right? I tried to do it the other way around, and I don't know, I found it frustrating. So first put in the sensor, the gray sensor, and then put in the plug. And when you put that plug in, use these two fingers, kind of pull it up towards the nozzle on the bottom of this. And then there's that little wire clamp. You just pop it into place. Okay, and then there's a screw that I just put in here to secure it. And there's one right there I'm going to put in. Okay, so down below on the tube that's down here, it's going to have a clamp like this as well. Right, so you pull it out to remove it, and once you put it back on, you push in. Right, so this one's going to go here. So you see how that's on there? Push in, it's on. And this end right here, I didn't have to take off, but I did. I'm just going to go ahead and get that squeeze back on there. Make sure the clamps on there good. And I think we should be about done. I removed this turbo vent thing, so there's just a little clip on. If I can get in there, right there, just zoomed in, got clear. That clip is going to kind of go right on here. This end is going to just pop right back in here. I just moved that so I can have some wiggle room. Okay, great. So I'm going to go get the coolant. It's a BMW coolant. And it's concentrate, so I have to add half water to it, and the other half is going to be the coolant. And it's a blue color. That's the BMW color. Hey, that's what we want. Chew. Alrighty, let's grab the coolant. I know it's a little bit messy back here, you guys. I get it. What I got in here? So I've got my this could be my pulley, my belt drive pulley, and my belt that I'm gonna put in next in this car, because it's kind of getting old and it needs a new belt. But I am looking for the goods. Bam! Okay, so I just used this container. It was empty, and I put half of the BMW coolant in there. That's concentrate. The rest of it's water. And I shook that up. I didn't video it because I'm sure that you guys all know what's up, right? Doesn't take a mad scientist or mechanic to figure that one out. So now, probably gonna have to use 2 hands. No. Anyways, you guys get the idea, right? Right. So you guys, what I did was, you know, you put it so that's between the minimum and the max in there. And that's what I did. It almost took that whole thing, almost, except for I say about an inch on the bottom of the jug. So that's about right there. And we'll put the cap on, tighten it tight, and she should be good to go and have no more leaking problemos. Okay, I think I'll start it up. Ooh. Tell you, no spring chicken anymore. Boom. Alrighty. So, I think that's it, you guys. Go ahead and close this up. Okay, we're good to go. That's just little splashes from the coolant. But hey, you guys, don't feel intimidated by these things. It's just a couple of screws. That's all it is, right? Do a little research, pull a couple screws, do it yourself, save a whack of money. I think with this here, we paid $162. And it just saved the labor, right? Anyhow, hope that was helpful.